Today, we're going to look at a different story, and it involves a detail that few people imagine: the strange signs that the body gives when it's low in vitamin D. Maybe you've already heard that vitamin D is essential for health. But did you know that a lack of it can cause symptoms so unexpected and bizarre that they seem like something out of a movie? Imagine that we are on a journey through our body. At each stop, we discover how vitamin D acts as a secret command or a hack that helps the body function properly. It doesn't just take care of your bones or your immune system. It's there, silently, even helping your mood, your motivation, and even your sleep. Let's go through places in the body where vitamin D acts in ways that everyone understands. You know those back pains you feel? That irritation that seems to come out of nowhere? It could be the body's request for vitamin D. I'm going to show you how this connection between vitamin D and what goes on inside our cells works. Why not just see the results of the blood test, right? Active vitamin D inside cells is what really makes the difference. Imagine you are a detective trying to solve a mystery. When you take a blood test for vitamin D, what appears there is just a clue, a kind of sleeping version of vitamin D. This test result doesn't show what's actually happening in the cells, where the vitamin D wakes up and starts working in earnest. So, many times you may think you have okay levels of vitamin D, but in fact, what is inside your cells may be very low. Plus, there's something intriguing about vitamin D in the world of medical research. Some experts don't talk much about the incredible effects it brings. And do you know why? Because vitamin D competes directly with medications that are often sold for the same problems that it can help solve. So, for a long time, vitamin D was almost an invisible star in medicine. Its positive effects were known, but little mentioned. Once, they presented data on vitamin D at a conference, where some of the world's greatest experts on this vitamin were present. It was quite an opportunity, but it soon became clear that many there were not prepared to hear what the experts had to say. Many of the doctors spent their lives studying other treatment methods, and the idea that a vitamin could be so powerful seemed to question everything they believed. There were even those who reacted badly, and were asking themselves with some suspicion, how can it be said that vitamin D does all this? And the doctors would just respond with, we're just presenting data, and they don't lie. This brings us to our journey. Throughout this video, I will share some of these little-known symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. With each symptom, we discover another piece of this mystery and understand how something so simple can be behind so many of the body's signs. Let's look at these signs in more detail. Fasten your seatbelt, because this journey through the human body will reveal details you probably never imagined. First sign: head sweating. It may sound funny, but a head that sweats a lot, even when the body is cool, can be a sign of a lack of vitamin D. This symptom is very common in babies, but it can also happen in teenagers and adults. Excessive head sweating is linked to the nervous system and sweat glands, which seem to react when vitamin D levels are low. So, if you notice that you're only sweating a lot on your head, be aware. Perhaps your body is asking for more vitamin D. Second sign: night sweats. Sweating at night, even in a cold environment, can be a symptom that many people don't even imagine is related to vitamin D. If you've ever woken up with a damp pillow, as if it were hot, know that excess night sweating could indicate that the body needs more vitamin D. This is because this vitamin plays an important role in keeping the immune system balanced, and, when it is lacking, the body can end up sweating to try to compensate. It's a curious sign, but it makes sense when we understand how vitamin D influences various functions in our body. Third sign: mood changes. Do you know when it feels like your emotions are on a roller coaster? Joy one minute, irritation the next, then unexplained sadness. These mood changes could be a consequence of low vitamin D in the body. This vitamin is deeply connected with the brain and emotional regulation system. It helps balance neurotransmitters like serotonin, which is linked to our well-being and happiness. Without enough vitamin D, these neurotransmitters can become dysregulated, which leads to emotional instability. Fourth sign: procrastination and lack of motivation. Vitamin D is more linked to our energy than we might imagine. When it is lacking, the person may feel a constant desire to postpone tasks and often lose the courage to be productive. This is because vitamin D has a relationship with dopamine, a neurotransmitter that helps us feel pleasure and motivation to achieve goals and complete tasks. If it seems like it's difficult to get going to do something, it could be that the body needs more vitamin D to regain that desire to act. Fifth sign: panic attacks. A lack of vitamin D can also contribute to a heightened state of anxiety, even resulting in panic attacks. Panic attacks are moments when fear and anxiety become so strong that the body goes into full alert mode. And while panic attacks can also be linked to a lack of vitamin B1, vitamin D plays a key role in regulating hormones and neurotransmitters like serotonin. When vitamin D levels are low, this balance system can become imbalanced, causing greater vulnerability to anxiety attacks. In some cases, increasing vitamin D3 can bring important benefits for controlling anxiety. Before continuing with more signs, don't forget to check if you are subscribed to the channel. This way, you don't miss any important health content and always stay up to date with tips that will improve your well-being. Let's go to the next signal. Sixth sign: pain in the pelvis, back and legs. Sometimes, constant pain in your back, hips or legs, that pain that seems to come from inside the bone, can indicate that your body is lacking vitamin D. It is essential for keeping bones strong and healthy, helping to form and maintain bone tissue. When we don't have enough vitamin D, the bone starts to lose strength from the inside, which can cause that annoying pain. The good news is that this problem can be solved by taking an extra dose of vitamin D, something like 10,000 to 20,000 units per day. This may seem like a lot, but just to give you an idea, spending around 40 minutes in the strong sun can generate this amount of vitamin D in the body, and this is completely safe. Seventh sign: loss of muscle strength. If you feel like you're getting weaker, especially in your legs and shoulders, it may have to do with vitamin D. It helps maintain calcium in your muscles, which is what makes them contract and function well. Without vitamin D, calcium in the muscle is low, and the body has more difficulty maintaining strength. Furthermore, vitamin D helps with muscle production, so its lack can end up affecting muscle mass gain and strength on a daily basis. Eighth sign: stiffness in the joints. Have you ever felt your knees or fingers feel stiffer than usual? Joint stiffness, especially in areas such as the knees and fingers, can also be a sign that the body needs vitamin D. This is because vitamin D acts to protect cartilage and collagen, helping to keep joints flexible. If you stretch and feel tension in your chest, especially in the sternum cartilage, that area in the middle of your chest, this could be a sign that you are lacking vitamin D. A lack of it can lead to inflammation, which makes your joints stiffer, and even breathing can become more difficult because of the stiffness. Ninth sign: your body's little energy factories. Inside every cell in your body, we have what we call mitochondria, which are like little factories that produce the energy you use for everything, from walking to thinking. Vitamin D is super important for these factories to function properly. If you don't have enough vitamin D, your mitochondria can't produce energy like they should. The result of this: you become tired and unwilling to do things. This energy doesn't flow as it should, and you always end up feeling without energy, even if you've slept all night. In other words, a lack of vitamin D could be the reason why you feel so weak. 10th sign: slower thinking. Do you ever have those days when it feels like your brain can't function properly? It's as if you have several applications open on your computer and the system is slow. This happens because, without vitamin D, your brain cannot work as quickly. The brain needs vitamin D to help maintain mental clarity and quick thinking. When you don't have enough, even simple tasks can seem more difficult and your thinking slows down. What a boring situation, right? But the good news is that, with the right vitamin D, the brain works like a well-oiled machine again. 11th sign: that feeling of not being satisfied after eating. Have you ever found yourself eating and, even after a full meal, still not feeling satisfied? This could be because the food you are eating is not providing all the nutrients your body needs. But it could also be the lack of vitamin D in your body that makes you not feel full, no matter how much you eat. Vitamin D plays an important role in regulating appetite and signaling to your body that it has had enough. Without it, your body doesn't receive this signal, which can make you eat more than you need. This can lead to weight gain, as your body cannot recognize when it is time to stop eating. So, now that you know these surprising signs of vitamin D deficiency, it's clear how it affects so many areas of our body, isn't it? Often, we don't even notice these signs, but they can be a warning that something is not right. Remember, vitamin D is essential for our health, and, with some changes, we can greatly improve our well-being. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content about health and well-being. Like the video if you found it useful and share it with anyone who needs these tips. Until the next video.